In this video, we're going to go through how to set up a workman's comp case and the policy. So you can do so by either searching the patient's name or clicking on their name on the calendar, cases, create new case. Case type will be workman's comp. You can change billing to suspended. That is the most common time I've seen billing be suspended is for personal injury and workman's comp cases because the attorney or the insurance company just wants a history, like a statement of account and soap notes at the end of the entire case, like after the patient has fully been treated, versus receiving a bill every week. So we're just going to suspend billing for this situation. Now, if this is the current case that my patient is being seen for, I'm going to make it the default case. Click into it, treatment/DX, can add chief complaint, care notes, diagnosis code. To add a diagnosis code, you're just going to click into the search box and you can either type the name or the code itself. Now, it will always default to the current date that you're adding the code. So if you need to backdate it, you just need to click into the date and use the date picker to pick the appropriate start date of this DX code. Then, just as a tip, any code that you put in after the first one will pull the start date of the previous code above it. So if you want them all to have that same start date, just make sure you change the code on the first one. Otherwise, you would just have to go into each diagnosis code and edit the start date. Save changes. Insurance/coverage. Add new insurance coverage. Here, I would pick the attorney or the insurance company, the third-party payer that is handling these claims. So I am just going to do a test option that I have. This will be primary. Coverage start date and end date. This will be the date of the case, the workman's comp case itself. So you would change the start date. And if you're not sure of the end date, of course, because that's a bit hard to predict, you can delete it. Here you'll enter the claim number for the case. Then down below, you're going to make sure you put in claims related to, and we're going to say work, state of incident, so the state in which this workman's comp case happened in. If there is a max coverage for the case, date of the injury, so this would be the date that the injury happened at work. Onset qualifier would be accident. If you need anything to put in box 19, you can do so here. Accept assignment while is default to yes. And referring provider is typically not required for this. Save. Then you can set up default services if you have default charges that you put in every time for this patient when they come in for their treatment. And again, settings is just where we have the name and suspended billing. If you have billing suspended, the dates of service will not show on the create bill screen. You do have to unsuspend billing in order for them to show. Now, if you are unsure if you have any cases set to suspended billing, you can use our report by going to reporting, simple reporting, health check, billable items on suspended cases. And we can see if we have anybody set to have billing suspended, and therefore we know we can unsuspend it whenever we're ready to start processing those claims. So that is how you will set up a workman's comp case and the policy.